One of the stops on the Amonklok tour was at the Coca-Cola Roxy in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, the Coca-Cola Roxy is right across the street from the Braves Stadium. And it just happened that on that particular date, the Savannah Bananas were playing some games there, which caused a bunch of logistical issues for us, but we still were able to make the show happen. It was a good day overall. We also got lucky that we had the day off the day before in Atlanta. And in our hotel, there were a lot of Savannah Banana fans staying there. And somehow, some way, the hotel had this beer for sale. What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from the road. So, the beer I have today, I found at the hotel as I was checking out. And it's the Savannah Banana Beer. And it is made for the Savannah Bananas. It's brewed by the Service Brewing Company out of Savannah, Georgia, which is a veteran-owned craft brewery. Here is a picture of the beer. And if you don't know who the Savannah Bananas are, they're a baseball team that blends sports with high-energy entertainment. The best way I can describe them is if you know who the Harlem Globetrotters are. They're basically like the baseball version of those people, of that team. They do all kind of crazy tricks and things on the field. It's very entertaining, very family-oriented. And from what I understand, it's just a fun time. There's tons of videos out there online of what they do if you want to check them out and see what I'm talking about. But we're here to talk about the beer, not the team. So this beer on the can here, it says ale brewed with bananas. Now with twice the bananas. On the side of the can it says drink responsibly, 1 pint, 4.6% ABV, independent craft brewery. On the other side over here it says, if I can read it, seasonal Go Bananas series. A home run for the hot summer nights at historic Grayson Stadium. Now brewed with twice the bananas, this refreshing session beer is all you need for a winning season. Grab a bunch and go bananas. Savannah Bananas, brewed and canned, Service Brewing Company, Savannah, Georgia. Again, for the banana beer, for the Savannah Bananas, it all makes sense, right? On Untapped, it says it was brewed with 720 pounds of bananas, but you know what it's like on Untapped. Everything's hardly ever correct. Who knows if that's correct or not? And who knows if the 720 pounds of bananas is twice the bananas that they used to brew it with, or if they brew it with twice that many bananas now. But I hold little hope that Untapped will ever be correct again. Back to the beer here, though. They actually have a date on the bottom, and it says Best Buy. October 2nd of 2026. And this is only May, 12th, 11th, 12th. So this must be a pretty fresh can of beer. And also I just noticed that besides the little label here, the top and bottom is kind of like a baseball. It's got the little stitching in here and things. Kind of look like a baseball. Enough talking about the can. Let's get on into the beer. I'm going to pour it into my iconic plastic cup that's freshly rinsed. On Untapped, this gets a 3.48 with 5.6 thousand check-ins. On Beer Advocate, it gets an 85 good with 14 check-ins. Get this poured out nicely into the iconic plastic cup. Get a nose on it, see if it smells like bananas. It has this scent to it that's not very strong. And I don't know exactly what it is, but my mind says it's banana. I want to say it's almost like a raw banana scent. The scent's not very strong. I don't even know if I smelled this blindly, I would think it was somewhat banana in the nose, or if I'm just taking what that scent is and associating it with banana because it's the Savannah Banana Beer, it's a banana beer. But the best I can say is it's kind of like a banana-esque smell. Color, that's a super cloudy, orangey kind of color. I can almost see carbonation in there, and there was barely any head to speak of, just like a little white ring around it. Yeah, I mean, that might be a very faint banana smell, like fresh banana, almost like vegetal banana, but not vegetal in like a bad beer way. Just, that's the best way to, like green banana, vegetal banana, like that's the best way I can describe what that scent is. And it's not off-putting, it's not a bad smell, it's just the only way I can really describe that smell. Enough talking about the smell, let's taste this beer and see how bananas it is. Cheers, everybody. It's light-bodied. It's the front of the palate is just water, and then mid palate you get like this fizzy hair of hop flavor. Then the back of the palate, you start getting this almost creamy banana flavor. And in the finish, the front of the palate and the mid palate is just kind of almost prickly carbonation. But in the back of the palate, especially on the back of the tongue, it's creamy banana. It's really strange how this flavor changes across your palate. There is a little bit of just a generic beer flavor in there. But overall, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, the Savannah Bananas are a big, hype, crazy, entertaining, like, team. And this beer is supposed to be a bananas beer with twice the banana in it. It does have banana in it. There is banana flavor. But with all the hype and everything on the can, I expected a bigger, bolder flavor. And that banana flavor just isn't there. I had hoped with the way the Savannah Bananas play and everything about their team and what this beer talks about and twice the bananas, I would have hoped this would have been a punch me in the face, knock me out of my chair banana flavor, and it's just not. However, there is banana there. It is what it says it is. And I would imagine if you're making a beer for the Savannah Bananas, you got to make it so that the general public can drink it. They're not going to get like disgusted by it or shocked by it. So it's got to be a easy to drink, accessible beer. And they have done that. This is an easy to drink, accessible beer. It's got enough banana flavor in there that you're picking up the banana, but it's not over the top banana. It's not crazy banana like I would like to have had. But knowing what the product's supposed to be and their target market, I can't really knock them for it not being what I had wanted or what I would have expected from the beer. So with all that being said, it's a cool novelty beer, and I would definitely give it a horns up. I could easily pound a bunch of these at the ball game, which is probably what they want you to do. If I'd seen this in the hotel bar the night before, I probably would have drank it the night before on draft, and maybe would have had a better banana flavor on draft. But still, it's not a bad beer at all. It was cool for the novelty aspect of it. I can't knock it. And I paid $5 for it at the hotel, which is a pretty good deal for a can of beer from a hotel. So overall, like I said, I'd give it a horns up. It's definitely worth checking out. If the Savannah Bananas come to your area, you may be able to find this beer. I don't know where all the Service Brewing distributes to. I think I've seen them before somewhere. I forget. They make some of those. I think they might make some of those veteran beers or whatever. But if you see this beer, definitely check it out. It's a fun beer to try. Go check out the Savannah Bananas. Thank you all for checking me out. If you really like what I'm doing, or even if you hate what I'm doing, hit that subscribe, hit that like, share it with your friends, and as always, embrace the adventure.